we're going to continue with our QuickBooks lesson, and today we are going to look at credit memos. A credit memo is a document that you give back to your buyer, to the person who has bought to the customer, that you've returned some goods or you've reduced some prices for him. Now, we have a customer who has bought on credit. So a customer called Buruburu Primary buys an item, cement. He's ordering 100 of them. So the money he's supposed to pay is 80,000. You save and close. Give the invoice to the customer. This is Buruburu Primary. That is the invoice for 80,000. You click on OK. You save and close. Now, when the customer receives this invoice and he sees that he cannot buy the whole product, he wants you to reduce these items. He wants you to reduce the items. What you are going to do is you are going to refund. You are going to refund or issue a credit memo. So you shall click on refunds. He wants you to reduce the product by half. Refunds and credits. So the credit memo window opens. You select the name of the customer, Buruburu Primary. The item that he bought, remember, is cement. And how many are you reducing by? You are reducing by 50. So that's 40,000. You click on save and close, so that it will open on this window here. Then it will ask you, what will you like to do with this credit? Will you like to retain it as an available credit? Will you like to keep the money so that if the customer buys other things next time, you lose the money? No. Do you want, because he has not paid, do you want to give a refund? No, he has not paid this money. If he had paid the money, you'll give the refund. You apply to an invoice because he has not yet paid. You have not received any payment from him, so you will apply this to the invoice. So if you had received the money, you can give back the money, give a refund. So this time you're applying to that invoice. You click on OK. So you apply to the invoice selected here. This is for 80,000. You click on done. You save and go. So that next time when you go back to receive this money, you receive the money from the customer, Buruburu, you will find that now the amount, the original amount was 80,000, but the amount due is 40,000 because you had reduced these figures. So when you save and close, you've received only 40,000 for the prices. So you can deposit your 40,000 into your bank. Select the transaction, click on OK, Equity Bank, you save and close. So I want you to be able to apply credit memos into your QuickBooks. Now I want us also to learn how to receive money, different amounts, and also pay bills, different amounts. So for example, I'll start with a purchase order. Purchase order, we are receiving purchase from Crown. We are buying from Crown Paint. The item we are buying is paint, and you are buying 50 of them on credit, so to be paid later. Let's remove this. So quantity, so item not okay. Here we are going to change this. So the item is paint. Quantity 40. Then the amount will come to 8,000, and this you receive inventory on credit so that you pay later with bill. So select the transaction, click OK, you save and close. Now when you're going to pay bill and you don't want to pay the whole amount, you just select the transaction, then amount to pay at the end, the other side, you just edit. So you want to pay half, so you're paying half the amount. You pay and close. You pay, close. So that's how you pay money halfway, or a certain amount, instead of paying in full. When you're receiving money also from your customer, you can also receive payments. You have to make sure you have a transaction. You can start with sales order. This is Unity College buying save and close. Give out the invoice. Then when you are receiving this money, you want to receive half the amount. So you receive from Unity College, select the transaction, and you edit at the end payment. You just edit half, or put the amount that you've been told. So 1800, you save and close. So you have to make sure, so you save and close. So the amount of money that you're going to deposit is half of that. So you make sure you select the transaction, click OK. So I want you to be able to work with QuickBooks and perform those transactions. So refunding, receiving money halfway, paying bills halfway. So just watch carefully, and thank you.